Coming up in home team weather, still very mild this afternoon. 79 down Tuscaloosa, 83 down Montgomery. Cold air is back in the forecast. Got full details plus your weekend outlook coming up in weather. Stick around.
And hard work plus practice equals success for students in one West Alabama school when it comes to math. Find out what they're doing to make the grade. And the Crimson Tide is holding on to its #1 title spot as the team gets ready to roll into one of its oldest rivalry games. We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terri Brewer.
And I'm Lynn Brooks. WVUA is covering Hale County, where a group of students is making things add up when it comes to math.
Out of the 45 elementary schools in West Alabama, Mountville Elementary School is sitting at the top of the list when it comes to math test scores. A look at how they're doing it is in our top story at 5 o'clock. Mountville Elementary School Principal Ronnie Gardner says it's his faculty and staff's hard work and dedication to the students that's to attribute the success to. Gardner says they began tracking individual students' test scores about 3 years ago to evaluate each student's needs. According to Garner, a data meeting is held every week for teachers to see how they can help improve each student's skills.
They look for ways to make it work, and I think that's it. You know, some schools you go to at 3:30, teachers are holding their bag, waiting on the time to go. That's not the case here. Our people are very dedicated, and I truly think that's the #1 reason is the collaborative effort of all those teachers working together and our support staff. I think that's really what makes it happen for us.
When it comes to combined math and reading test scores, according to Garner, Mountville Elementary is ranked 3rd in West Alabama, right behind Tuscaloosa Magnet School and Verner Elementary School.
New for you at 5, Governor Bentley is unveiling a new plan to offer state employees incentives if they voluntarily retire. Bentley wants lawmakers to pass a bill which would pay either 100% of monthly premiums for health insurance for 5 years or offer $15,000 in cash payments. The governor says it would save taxpayers between $18 to $26 million a year. If approved, the plan would only affect employees of the executive, judicial, and legislative branches. This will not be available to education employees. However, officials say a separate teacher voluntary retirement incentive may be proposed later on. The next legislative session is set for February 5th.
On your election watch, there are just 22 days until the presidential election, and that means the deadline to register to vote is just around the corner. The Alabama Secretary of State's office says the deadline to register closes 10 days before an election. That makes the deadline Friday, October 26th. The Tuscaloosa County Board of Registrars has set up a display board to help voters through the process. Registrar Sarah McFarland says to not mail in forms this late in the game. She also suggests not to wait until the 26th to register.
We highly recommend that people come in this week and not wait until next week, which is the cutoff next Friday at 5 p.m. We have to have them in office. If you wait until then and you have any issues and your application is incomplete, we do not have time to let you know before the deadline. So we recommend you come on in today and fill out a voter registration application in office, and we'll check it before you leave to make sure you filled it out right.
Join us tonight at 6 as reporter Mary Beth Harrison takes you step by step through the registration process. Well, we are just a day away from round 2 of the presidential debates.
And preparations are already underway at Hofstra University for the major event. President Barack Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney spent the weekend getting ready to face each other once again. A new CNN poll shows that an average of 7 national surveys find Romney leading President Obama by 1 point. Democratic and Republican strategists are weighing in on what the two candidates need to do to come out on top tomorrow night.
He will absolutely be able to draw from that energy, from the energy of the public and the crowd.
He's got to be able to come across as connecting. He's got to come across as genuine, as caring, as likable.
As a candidate.
CNN's Candy Crowley will moderate the presidential town hall debate. It's set to start at 8 p.m. The next presidential debate will be Monday, October 22nd.
NASA's space shuttle Endeavour has made its final mission. It rolled into the California Science Center in Los Angeles Sunday afternoon. It took more than 2 days for the shuttle to inch its way across 12 miles of road from LAX. Dozens of trees were cut down and traffic signs were removed to make way. The shuttle left Florida last month on top of a customized 747 for a farewell tour across the southern United States, ending at the Los Angeles International Airport. Endeavour is joining fellow shuttles Discovery, Enterprise, and Atlantis as museum pieces. Endeavour goes on public display October 30th. The Alabama Crimson Tide trampled the Missouri Tigers on Saturday.
Bama came out with an impressive victory over Missouri, 42-10. Rain clouds covered over Columbia, Missouri, but it was not enough to contain the Tide. This marks the Tide's 6th win of the season, improving their schedule to 6-0. Alabama is still #1 in the polls. Gary Harris will have much more on the game and a whole lot more later for you in Alabama's home team sports. And the Tide hopes for victory number 7 this weekend as they get ready to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Last year, the Tide rolled over the Vols 37-6. The two teams will meet on the gridiron this Saturday in Knoxville, Tennessee for a 6 p.m. kickoff. The game will air on ESPN.
And fall and football go hand in hand, but for folks over at Kentuck Park, it's a time to appreciate the arts. This weekend will mark the 41st annual Kentuck Festival of the Arts. There will be nationally and internationally acclaimed folk artists, free hands-on art making for kids, and you can also expect live music, live demonstrations, food, and much more. The festival is this Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are $10 a person per day. All the action starts at 9 in the morning and runs until 5 p.m. For more information, go to our website. That's WVUATV.com. From there, just click numbers and links. Well, becoming a mother is a good transition, but if you don't have support, it can be an unstable time.
One nonprofit hopes to provide miracles to young mothers by opening their first ever maternity home in Foster's. On Sunday, a new maternity home held its grand opening. Mothers-to-be and new mothers ages 19 to 22 who are in need of a little help now have a new fully furnished home to go to during this phase of their life. While the women are in the home, everything they need is provided for, and organizers help the ladies set some goals for their new lives with their little ones. By working with the mothers, they say young ladies get more than just financial help.
And to have the help that they need gives them hope and gives them faith so that they can see the future in a completely different way.
It's just going to call them forth to be all that they can be. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. It's a hand up.
Jean Browning Home runs solely off of donations. To donate or apply to the housing program, call 205-759-1439 or email jbfh@victoriouslifechurch.us.
Coming up next, home team weather. The rain is out here this afternoon. In fact, rain-free conditions going to be around for the next couple of days. But when will the rain return? Your forecast straight ahead, so stick around.
And the presidential debate isn't the only debate that's heating up. Find out why experts say the HPV vaccine does not give teens the green light to become sexually active. And the Alabama Crimson Tide weathered the storm this past Saturday at Missouri. Gary Harris will have the story later in Alabama's home team sports.